Hey everyone, I'm Jacku, and let's chat. So, big face reveal. Hello, it's me. Hi. Kind of nervous about it, but gonna happen eventually, so may as well bite the bullet. I don't know if this is what you were expecting. I might be a little bit more bald than you expected, maybe a little bit chunkier than you expected, but hey, man's gotta eat. Anyway, I just watched the Summer Summit. And I'm super hyped about it. I think they've done a great job with kind of the game plan up to next year. And I want to talk about some of the stuff, especially Varlamore Part 2 and Varlamore Part 3, which I was not expecting. So Varlamore Part 2 coming out in like 2 weeks, which is very exciting, also very nerve-wracking. If you don't know, I am playing a series right now called OneChunk Connections, where one of the two characters I am playing as is chunk locked in Civitas Fortis, and I'm about to start rolling chunks. I am, maybe a couple days away from rolling chunks at this point, and I really want to get these rolls in before they change anything that adds some crazy grind. From what they leaked, or from what they talked about in the Summer Summit, the only thing I'm really worried about from Part 2 of Varlamore is this herblore method, which seems really interesting. But if it is in Civitas, and I don't know where it is, I don't know if they've said where it is, but if it's in Civitas, it's going to be a super long grind. I already know it's going to be like 60, 65 if I had to guess. Editing Jacku here. I just learned that this herblore method has a level 70 requirement, so I don't think I'm actually going to have to do it. So thank goodness for that. So I want to get out of Civitas ASAP before they add anything else into it. Other than the herblore stuff, there's a bunch of other cool things like the agility method, which seems like a mid to high level agility method. So something I'm probably not even going to be able to do, even if I roll that chunk. There's a group boss and some quests, which aren't really that impactful for an account like mine. If I do happen to roll the group or the boss, it is something I will have to do, but that would be great. I would love some bossing content. I would be all in for that. Other than that, there really isn't anything. In Part 3, there also isn't that much, but that's coming much further down the line, so even less I have to worry about. There is a new fletching method, which would have been really nice to have already. I just hit 60-some fletching level, and I wish I had another way of doing it, but, it is what it is, and I'm happy it's done. Other than that, another boss, Grandmaster quest, like these things aren't really impactful for OneChunk Connections, so I'm not too worried about it. But I'm excited about it because I'll do it on my other accounts and I'll have a great time because the quests that they've been coming out with recently have been like A plus tier, S plus tier, so I'm really excited for what they have in store. Other than the Varlamore stuff, and I think maybe the most divisive thing that they had in the Summer Summit was Project Xanaris. Private servers. Oh my goodness, they're doing private servers in RuneScape. What a crazy thing. I never ever thought I would see a day where Jagex does private servers. And I understand the community is super divided on this. I was kind of following along on Reddit threads while the Summer Summit was happening, and people were pissed. Absolutely pissed that they were doing private servers, and for good reason. They don't want the community divided further than it already is. I mean, we already have like old school RuneScape, RuneScape 3, and then some niche kind of non-Jagex private servers. And then we have like main accounts and Iron Men and Ultimate Iron Men, and there's just a lot of different ways to play this game that there isn't like one massive group of people who are all playing the same way and able to kind of share in the economy all together. So I understand the hesitancy to divide the community even more with private servers. But in my opinion, I think private servers are going to be amazing for this game. Now, that does depend on how Jagex does it. They didn't explain a lot about exactly what Project Xanaris is or limitations on what a private server can be, so I want to kind of wait on that for now. But to tell you a little bit about myself and how I got into games in general, when I was a kid, the games I would play were private server games. I played games like StarCraft and StarCraft 2, Age of Mythology, Warcraft 3, and I wouldn't play the multiplayer, like one-on-one style game, I played like tower defense custom servers and roleplay custom servers, and like I played the original Dota and Warcraft. All that kind of stuff is what brought me into those games, into those ecosystems, and they've really shaped the way I think about what a game can be. And I think there are more people in the gaming space than you'd expect who are outside of old school RuneScape and very intimidated to get into it, because it's a very big game. It's wide and it is deep. It is hard to get into without either like a friend or having played it when you were like 7 or 8 years old, like I was when I started playing. So private servers, in my opinion, are a way that people on the outside of the game can dip their toes in the water and slowly expand their knowledge base, slowly expand how much they know about the game, and then can kind of jump in all the way into the main game and start playing that way. Something very similar happened to me. After Evolution of Combat happened, I left the game. I moved on to other things. I started playing World of Warcraft, and that consumed my life for like 10 years. And when old school RuneScape came out, I didn't join back in like a lot of other people did. I thought that time in my life was done. I thought RuneScape was dead. And not until I got an email in my inbox saying that Leagues 1 was coming out and that there was a limited time game mode with upped XP and all this cool stuff you could do on this new continent. I was like, I'm in. I want to play this game. I want to play this game. I want to play this way. Because I was already playing Path of Exile, which has these limited time game modes every couple months. So I was already used to that way of playing the game. So a game like that, an alternate way to play the game, which is not just the base game, is how I got back into the game. And I think there are lots of people like me who are looking at the game from the outside, looking at the content creators, looking at all of this crazy stuff that this community has generated, but don't actually feel like playing because they're intimidated by it, who are going to see the private servers, see all the cool stuff that people come up with, and that's how they're going to get into the game. So that's my opinion about private servers. I think overall, it's going to be a net positive. Now, are there people who are going to stop playing the main game just to play the private servers? Maybe. I could see people doing that. But I think on a whole, I think more people are going to join the game because of private servers than people end up leaving because of private servers. Now, don't quote me on that. I could be totally wrong. We still have no idea what the private servers even really mean, what is possible with them, etc. So that's just what I think from my first impressions kind of deal. Now, other than that kind of really divisive thing that they announced, there was also kind of the thing I was most excited about Summer Summit, which was Leagues 5. Oh my goodness, like I just mentioned, the way I got back into old school RuneScape was Leagues 1. So having another league coming out is super exciting. I'm super hyped for it, and I'm gonna play it. I 100% am gonna play it. I wanna make content about it. I wanna talk about it with the community. I think it's an amazing time for RuneScape as a whole, and I wanna do it. I wanna be in it. So I don't know what that means yet. I don't know what that means for OneChunk Connections. That might have to take a little bit of a hiatus. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to see. And I don't know what that means for this channel. Maybe streaming. I might make highlight videos. I'm not sure yet. But I do want to make content in one way or the other about Leagues 5 because I'm super excited, super hyped. I love Leagues. I know a lot of people in the community love Leagues, so I want to do it. Only thing about Leagues, and this is not about Leagues, it's about me. My partner is due to give birth to our second child end of December, which is smack dab right in the middle of when the league is, if it's the same kind of 2-month length that leagues normally are. I just hit the mic, sorry about that. So all that means is I might have to take a little break right in the middle of the league. A week, maybe 2 weeks to slow down if I'm making videos or streaming, whatever it is. And then hopefully I'll be able to come back by the end, depending how I'm sleeping, depending how, the whole thing's going, and go from there. Anyway, I just wanted to make this quick video to talk about the channel, talk about the Summer Summit, talk about the league, talk about OneChunk Connections. If you haven't seen it yet, OneChunk Connections, I'm very biased, but I think it's been pretty great so far. Go check it out. Episode 2 just released, and I'm working on episode 3 right now. Won't be out in that long. Anyway, I'm Jacku. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye. Hey, editing Jacku here. Just wanted to make a little extra recording here just to say that this channel has officially been monetized, which is absolutely insane. When I started this channel and making videos, I thought it might take like a year or more to become monetized. It's been just over a month. So I wanted to, say my most heartfelt thank you. And I am blown away by how kind and how supportive this community has been towards me and towards this channel. And I just wanted to give you all a shout out. It's been a blast. OneChunk Connections is a lot of cool stuff coming up in the pipeline. So I just wanted to say thank you from someone who is currently unemployed and looking for work with a child on the way. It means a lot. All of your great comments, and it means the world to me, genuinely. So again, thank you so much. And yeah, peace out.